Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here. It is Thursday the 28th of February. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget that we get free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. It's by you coming back and using the adverts and using the site that keeps us free of charge, so thank you for doing that. I just wanted to give you a quick update on how things look for the spring, because we've got new atmospheric models through from the US National Weather Service, from the Brazilian National Weather Service and from the Korean National Weather Service as well. And what's interesting is that they're all going on the same sort of lines for the forecast for spring, for the end of March, for April, and for going into May too. Let me just show you what I mean. If you watched today's earlier video, you'll know that I showed you this chart. This is the sorry, not the ECMWF, the GFS Ensemble. The GFS Ensemble chart for 16th of March, and what it shows is at 500 millibars, this ridge here that you can see building through, this is warm air pumping northwards, which will in turn build pressure once again up here across Greenland and also across Scandinavia. Now that will be after probably what is a cooler, more unsettled period into the middle part of March, but by the 16th probably start to see high pressure building again. I think that's probably going to be nearer the 17th, 18th or something like that. But what's interesting is this is the forecast for the 500 millibar heights just released from the Korean model, and it's for the middle part of March, and what it shows is above normal heights here across the Atlantic. There's the British Isles looking there. Below normal heights up here. Now, that's exactly a normal pattern, but what that pattern is indicative of is of a jet stream coming across the Atlantic, close to the UK. It blows fronts to the UK, it brings us out breaks of rain. This is part of our cool and settled middle part to March, but this is what I find interesting. Look. This is late March. Look what happens. We find this build here in heights, which will give us a ridge through here, and a dip here in the Atlantic and a ridge across the eastern states. So we've got low pressure out here, we've got high pressure in here. This all pointing to, with high pressure there, more of a southerly flow coming up through the British Isles, increasing temperatures and bringing us quite a fair end to the month. So we're getting back up here for the idea that from, I think, probably around the 19th onwards, we probably go into a drier, fairer, sunnier end to the month, and milder too. Now, of course, this could change, details difficult to come across, but the indications are that that seems to be what's going on. And then into the early part of April, look, as that ridge gets pumped away up towards the north, the high slips away towards the west, and what we find is these lower than normal heights through central parts of Europe. Now what this would mean is that for Central Europe, it could actually go quite wet during the early part of April, and cool too. For the British Isles though, lots of dry weather around, and with high pressure here, the winds will be going around it like so. So generally the winds from an east to northeasterly direction across the UK. There is a fly in the ointment. Now, I did say that I thought that much of the early to middle part of April was probably going to be dry. Fly in the ointment is how close do these lower than normal heights get, because if they do get pretty close, we could have a situation similar to the one we've had in the last few days, where East Anglia and the far south of England stay with cloud and bits and pieces of rain. It's a situation that we certainly need to be watching, but overall for the country, it's dry. Those of you who are private clients, you'll get some charts from me pretty soon, which will detail where I think rain will be and when rain will be. But I think kind of East Anglia and the southeast of England, we just need to watch that area. I'm not entirely convinced. I'd still go with the dry theme, but just not entirely convinced that holds on into the middle part of April as I was originally thinking. But of course, we'll keep an eye on that. Incidentally, if you want to be a private client, just contact us. Use the contact at the top of the screen here. Also, as I said, the Korean's out, so this has given us this idea of late March, early April going dry and warmer, or rather late March being dry and warmer, early April dry but possibly. This is the Brazilian model. Now, this goes, yeah, somebody's actually laughing in the office here. Yeah, alright, funny I said Brazilian model, but it's a Brazilian atmospheric model. Some people. So this is the Brazilian atmospheric model from February, it's how childish, February, March through till April, and it's geopotential heights at 500 millibars, so it gives us an idea of the jet stream, where it will be relative to normal. And the redder colours here showing us below normal heights. A bit confusing because it's the opposite to the charts that we've just been looking at. But what it shows is, look, the jet stream, it wants to bring it kind of in here with these lower than normal heights through here. So it wants to put the jet stream further south than usual. Now, what that would result in is wetter than normal conditions across Central Europe. We need to watch the southern part of the UK. Remember, this is 3 months. But I think that's probably a little bit further north. I think it's going to be through here. And I really do think that that central part of Europe could be in for quite a horrible April, pretty wet. Now, going forward for the next 3 months, from March, April, May, this is how the Brazilian sees it through March, April and May. Look, it brings the jet straight across us in here. Now, that is indicating to me, I still think that April's probably dry. But there's this breakdown after the 20th I've always been concerned about. And May just is stacking up not to look very good. Of course, I'll keep you updated on it, but May just keeps looking sort of wet to me and damp and cool. So I'm going to stick with that theme for now. Of course, things can change, you know, and I follow models. I don't do it through sort of seaweed or tuning in to the weather gods. What I do is I try and bring together all the atmospheric models. Things can change, but certainly it looks as if May's probably going to be a pretty wet month. April, not bad, particularly for the first 2/3. End of March, looking warm as well. So I just wanted to bring you that, just an update for you. Hopefully it's useful for you. Now, as I said at the beginning, the sites get free of charge by you coming back and using the site. Did I say? Yeah, I did say about private clients getting these. I'll give you more information on that as well. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Remember, the sites get free of charge by you coming back and using the site, using the adverts, telling your friends about us, using the various charts, and you can follow us on Twitter at Weather School, or do a search on Facebook for Weather School too. But for now, hopefully that's been useful for you. I wanted to bring you up to date on that detail. But for now, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.